Hi guys, welcome back to Mank Buses. As you've probably seen, slightly different interior because this is not 7176. This is our new Dennis Dart SLF Super Pointer 314. It should be 114, that's what it was originally done. S114 KRN. Ex Rosendale Dart. It was with Rosendale all its life and then went up into Yorkshire and did a little bit of work on a motorsports track, but
it's an airfield, yeah.
An airfield. But she did a little bit of work there, but they've not done everything to her is still standard when she left Rosendale, even with the old just advertisements from when she was withdrawn in 2013, because the date of 2013 and local area stuff and Rosendale fair changes. You've even got the legal letters on the side of it, but she's still very bog standard to where she was when she left Rosendale. I'd just like to say a massive thank you to our patrons for making this possible. This is the only Dart from Rosendale from the late 90s that we know of in preservation. There might be some dotted around the UK in certain places, but for all we know, it's the only one left in preservation at the moment. So, we'd just like to say a massive thank you to patrons because it's in a really good state. It was a steal, and you really helped us and supported us to get this vehicle and to actually have a Manchester bus or Greater Manchester bus that is under Mank Buses. Right, so now we're going to go on a few things that's a little bit wrong with this bus. First thing is when we were bringing it back from Yorkshire, the driver who was driving at the time decided to whip it round a roundabout. I think there was much prior notice.
Before you say anything, wasn't me.
It wasn't Jordan or me. And this pole was hit by a battery that we used to jump it. And then it decided to become detachable, which is very helpful. And it's also ripped the floor up a little bit. But other than that, this bit round here is okay. Seats are okay. They all come back fine. All these are fine. The poles are obviously I'm shaky, but they're all a little bit.
You pick every shaky one.
They're all a little bit shaky, but that's just one thing. Another thing we've got at the moment is that the glass is a little bit. The bonding on the glass has gone a little bit, so it's becoming a little bit shaky.
It's gone on every window virtually.
It's gone on nearly every window. And another thing is, as you're driving down the road, these were shut when we left in Yorkshire, and as we were going down, every time a car went past, we went like this. So that needs addressing. As you can see, just all the advertisements from when it was in Manchester. Even proving it is Rosendale, even though we are in exterior is actually in Rosendale. As we come further back, there's slight graffiti on the seats, and you obviously see the poles are a bit worn, but it's nothing too much that we can't solve. Some are worse than others. As we come back here, we've got a. Well, these are the
heating, yeah.
Heating. And then some
probably doesn't work.
Gone here. That seat is probably one of the worst ones that we've got. Obviously, emergency door. It's all
works like an emergency door.
Works like an emergency door. It's all there. And then better move these. As we come back here, when we got it in Yorkshire, the guy said that this seat was always missing.
So if anyone's got a Dennis Dart seat urban, then and they'd like to donate it, we'd like it.
Yeah.
I didn't know there's a floor trap under the seats though.
Yeah, there's a floor trap, and then obviously you got your very dusty blind, which is T-keyed. But don't nothing in there. Fan, but there's actually a blade in it, which is always helpful. Right, so welcome to the cab of the Dart. Typical cart dab.
Cart dab? What's a cart dab?
Typical dark cab. I will run through all the switches. I think that's the reverse on silencer.
Which doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't even know.
Isolator. Gauges, non-existent. Got your two air tanks, 1 and 2. Speedo. Hazards. Lights. I will turn them off, but it will go dark. I think that's the fog lights. Interior lights.
Loads of random switches we don't know that don't work.
This one puts the hazards on for some f***ing random reason that we don't know. Gear, obviously.
Gear.
Indicator stalk. Wipers.
Ruined.
Blind. No, visor. Desty blind. Handbrake. Door control buttons. Suspension, raise and lower. Gear selector, which is fun. And your reverse interlock. And then you've got obviously the windows open and closed and all that shit. It's just aircon. On. Off. Very simple. Demister controls, which are fucked. Just don't work.
Well, they did work.
Oh, they did work.
And then the front of the bus started smoking.
And then the front of the bus started smoking. Right, explain that on a later video. But yeah, and then we've got a CCTV monitor up here, which is
doesn't work.
Redundant and it's fucked, and it's probably the original one that it's been.
It does work. It's just not been plugged in.
Because it's got options for colour and black and white on there, which is old school. As you can see, the camera's still there. But these are just cupboards for inspection. Found some Rosendale ticket rolls in there though, which we thought was quite interesting considering they've been in there for 7 years. I think they might still be in there.
As the panel falls out again, no doubt.
Bit damp. But look, Rosendale. We found them. Well, that was quite fun. When I was cleaning out the other week. Well, that's about it for the cab. Typical Dart though. It's got its rattles, so people used to, well, still use bits of paper and defect cards and whatever they can find just to stop the rattles, because it's a typical Plaxton and they rattle like fuck. But having said that, we'll go and give you a look around the outside now, and you can just see that she's actually still an original Rosendale colours.
In a minute, when he's realised what he's missing out of what problems we have had in the cab and we've already fixed, and what ones we yet to fix.
Problems in the cab. One of the main problems that we had, and it is a main problem, when you go to switch it on, it won't start from the cab. It only starts from the back.
Do that and we'll start it up anyway to let people hear it.
So when you go and start it, it'll throw everything up, and then you have to turn it another notch, turn it on. It won't start it.
Because it thinks it's in gear.
Because it thinks it's in gear.
It's also got low water on now. So the water pump's thrown it all out.
Oh.
Never mind, carry on.
But that's one of the issues I've had in the cab. Another issue is obviously the demisters. They've blown earlier today and they've been a bit temperamental. The control knob's not even on there. Someone's just cut them off. We had a problem with the doors. The issue with the doors was that it wasn't getting fair to it.
It wasn't even connected in
the cab. It wasn't even connected in the cab area. But now with this panel here was also up. We screwed it back down. The doors work from the cab, but there's no air in the bus.
I think I'm getting it. I can't really see the screen from this angle.
Hello. Well, there's no air in the bus, but they do work. Handbrake was also a bigger issue. Every time you put the handbrake on, it used to just...
I'll take it off.
Well, every time you used to take it off, it used to just take loads of air out of the bus, which was a massive issue. But now, it's better than it was. and it's actually quite good. So we're gonna have a quick pause while we tell other people in the shed to kindly fuck off, and then we'll join you on the outside of the bus and we'll give her a quick start. So hi guys, welcome. We're out on the exterior of the Dart now, which you can see some Rosendale colours. If you look close enough at the certain angles, you probably won't be able to see them. You can actually see the old decals where it was on it did say Rosendale, but you have to look at them at a certain angle and a certain light. But what we've done today, in this wheel here, we got these wheels off. We've welded a bit just underneath the box, a bit of structural, is it structural? A bit of structural repair, and the levelling arm which is on the inside of here, which you see a little bit of adjustment. But we'll bring the...
Well lad, we're playing with the levelling arms because we can't get it in and out the shed.
Every time we try and get it in and out of the shed, it will ground.
Shut up!
A little wee, because it's back in Lancashire, back home in Lancashire. But
You need your torch in a minute.
so welcome to the rear of the Dart. Obviously you can see everything's still in place from where it's original lights. It has been changed on the bottom for LEDs, but that's some small things. Rear Destiny blind, but don't know if it's hooked up.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Obviously, you see, he's got this original. We've got a reflector in the cab, which we put on there. LED lights, which are fitted probably in 2010. Dennis badges and Blackstone still on there. Super pointed Dart is on there as well. Obviously, around there as well, you've got your water.
Oh, we know where the water is. Yeah, we filled that up.
Yeah, we've filled it up quite a lot on the way back. And you got your fuel, where you put the fuel. Diesel.
Now shut, yeah.
She's now closed. So, there's some problems with these hooks that keep the bonnet closed. I had another member trying to work on it today, but we have
Failed miserably.
We'll have another crack at it at a later date. Ooh. So, welcome to the engine of the Dart. So, this is the air filter. We got this replaced. Well, there wasn't even one in it, so we put one in it today. So obviously, it's just you got your all these on here, which is just basically your chassis number, your model, date of manufacture, all that stuff. When it was last 2015. Obviously just typical engine here, you've got the hydronic oil. It did come with rags as well, just letting you know, the rags did come with the bus. We did not put them there.
They were free.
They were free from the amazing people.
And now we can touch on why there's a big puddle on the floor, and that's because the water pump has decided to spring a leak and wet itself. So it does let all the water out of the pump, unfortunately, but never mind. We've got a new one of them coming next week.
Yeah.
And we'll replace that and it'll all be good. So we will run the bus for you briefly, because obviously now there's no water in it. It's all on the floor.
And it'll give us a chance to see if the emergency stop at the back works.
Oh no, it works, I've pressed it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Ah.
Familiar sound of a Cummins engine. Unlike 7176, it's got a fan that works. And is huge. So we'll shut that and we'll carry on our little walk round. Got light body damage. Air intake, yeah, we've seen that. That's a low void. Got deflects on it.
Emergency exit. You see, we've got all the air stents into one original from service. The rubbers around the windows need a little bit of attention. I'd say a lot of attention. It's they are split a bit. You have got a little bit of body panel damage. Obviously, it's probably not been repainted since
it left service.
and it probably only got repainted like once or twice. So she's showing her age, but she's like 21 years old. Just bits of paint, just all of this here as well. Just needs a bit of love as well. In some places it is peeling, it just needs a bit more tender care. So, and that's one thing that's also bugging us at the moment, is that them ones are not peeling at all, but the one that says low floor on it is peeling, and that's been bugging. Don't know why, it's been violently used. So here's your battery tray. Do you want me to show them the battery tray?
It's something on the to-do list, isn't it?
It's not in the best condition, but
that song. Curse that song at this rate.
so this is out the battery tray of the bus where the batteries are held.
Use your light.
Right, torch, professionalism. So this is the battery tray where the batteries are held in the bus.
We've nicked batteries from another bus.
We've nicked batteries from another bus as well.
The owner does know.
The owner does know. Battery boost socket.
2 air tanks and that's all that's under there.
2 air tanks, yeah. And then obviously the tray that we need to put a lot of love and attention to.
Only a bit of TLC.
Only a little bit. Doesn't need that much.
Roll that round to the singing hyenas round here who have had this song on repeat. You'll have to shout to compete with that shite.
Obviously you see full blind in the front. Not being dropped, just doing blindness. Right there, your misters. Oh, that shite. The front bit just needs a bit of tender TLC. Number plate needs replacing. Face. Fleet number. Is it not 114? It's 314, got renumbered at some point, don't know why. It's always been renumbered because the 3s are slightly different to the 1 and the 4. Obviously just got your mirrors, this one's got a blind side on it as well. Then you've also got your side blind, but we can't, managed to try and program this yet because it's an odd size.
It does work. It displays gibberish.
But the one good thing about this bus is it actually just stop from the cab.
And you still got full beam on.
And this one also has a cab door, unlike 7176 at the moment. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks very much guys for watching. We'll also say a massive thank you to all our patrons who helped us support and actually buy this vehicle and save it from going to the scrap. So thanks for watching guys, like, share, subscribe. If you do want to become a patron yourself, all the links will be in the description, and then you've got a YouTube join as well, which will be on the join button just next to the subscribe icon. Well, until next time guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you all again soon.
Like thunder we do roll. The drive wheels dig in this rock and roll rig is the side pipe sings on the radiator bile. The fan belt is screaming and the baron roar out for ride. Well, you will hear it coming as she is piped with coal. Cruising through the tunnels and rolling into
Not big enough.
That's what she